The Joe Rogan Experience.
That's the beautiful thing about the human race is that we're all so fucking different.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many versions of humans out there, and we should celebrate that.
I love
that's
it.
a good thing.
I love how different, like, whenever I go back and look at, like, people from history or whatever, that's, like, one of the things I like the most about it is, like, how I'm like, God, that person's night and day different from me. But that's so cool that they did what they did, or, you know, whatever, like a Teddy Roosevelt. Like, there's nothing about me that is like Teddy Roosevelt.
How about that dude that ate that guy's heart that had been pickled for like...
Oh, yeah, William Buckland. Yeah, he ate King Louis XIV's heart, which had been
tell
in
that
formaldehyde.
Story.
Yeah, well, King Louis XIV just in general, an absolute nut job. The birthing fetish, like to watch women give birth, which don't we all? But so he dies 130 years later. You know, his heart has been preserved in what I guess would be formaldehyde, and it's sitting in this guy's office, basically. And a fellow, I think he was like the Archbishop of Canterbury, I don't know, some lord, whatever their little fruity little names they give each other. But then this fellow named William Buckland comes in, and who had kind of like a notorious big stomach, ate a lot of weird shit, and he saw the heart and was like, holy hell, that's the heart of King Louis XIV. I've never eaten the heart of a king before, so how about I just give it a try? And then they come back in, and he's eating the damn heart.
Raw?
Well, preserved. I mean, it's about as preserved as it gets. It's been preserved for 130 years.
But he's not even cooking it. That's my point.
No. He didn't have like a hot plate in there.
Just pulling it out.
Yeah, it wasn't in the microwave. Like,
imagine being in the room with that guy when he takes those bites. You'd be like,
oh, God.
You'd be retching. Like,
the
what are you doing, man?
Of formaldehyde. Have you ever dissected like an animal?
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah. That smell is like a smell that I can smell it right now thinking about it, you know? Like, it's one of those things that never leaves you. It's like a dead body smell.
Biting into a raw heart with that smell. It's probably pretty tender.
He tried to eat everything.
He doffs his cap to Victorian feud hero, a gentleman whose ambition was to eat an example of every animal in existence. Again, this Courtney Dowalter and Cam Haynes who are running 250 miles right now, and there's this dude who's like, I want to eat one of everything. I want to eat a fucking rat.
I mean,
This guy ate rats. He probably had rabies. He kept a pet jackal in his house. This guy had a jackal in his house.
That's
He built the country's first mosque, had a jackal in his house. He lived in a hut made from driftwood, dressed as a mermaid, and excommunicated his cat.
That's somebody else, though.
I really should have done
a guy
a
named
deep
Robert
dive.
Hawker.
To the west,
okay,
famed Cornish poet Robert Stephen Hawker lived in a... So this is not
These
him?
are just a bunch of weird guys that were living in that time,
so it's a
Then
different cat.
Then it goes into that
this is a different
Oh,
cat.
yeah, not any of these were.
Oh, I thought it was the same guy. Okay, this is just a bunch of weirdos all throughout history. So Charles, Major General Charles George Gordon.
So it's the third paragraph starts the William Buckland, I think.
These are all eccentric guys from...
different people
so
who did
then
weird
right
stuff.
here, Buckland was born. Yeah, I think that's all going to be about him.
This is also pretty good, though. Don't leave this out.
Right.
Okay.
So this guy, Major General Charles George Gordon, a British Army officer whose day job saw him fight a series of bloody campaigns across the Middle East and Africa, yet was almost as notorious for believing the earth was encased in a hollow sphere, and that the Garden of Eden was located in the sea somewhere off the coast of
Seychelles.
People believe that now.
I
But this guy who ate the heart.
Wrong. Oh my God.
William Buckland, so the man who ate everything, born in 1784, a year in which famine in Japan claimed 300,000 lives and a massive locust swarm hit South Africa. Coincidence, of course, but it fits in the theme of this blog nicely, so I'm leaving it in. So this guy ate everything he could. He had his hand in a huge hyena skull. He suddenly dashed down the steps, rushed skull in hand, the first undergraduate on the front bench, and shouted, "What rules the world?" The youth, terrified, answered not a word. He rushed then onto me, pointing the hyena full in my face. "What rules the world?" "Haven't an idea," I said. "The stomach, sir," he cried, "rules the world. The great ones eat the less, the lesser still." So he just thought he was going to be great by eating everything?
Here's some of the stuff he was eating.
So his lifelong personal ambition, which was to eat an example of every animal in existence, like some kind of crazed, bloodthirsty Noah. Oh my God, he ate a porpoise, a puppy, and a panther.
Aw, alliteration.
And that's just the P's. Mice on toast were a regular feature of his no doubt popular soirees. My God. He ate a porpoise and a puppy. Jesus Christ.
I mean, the porpoise probably wouldn't be so bad. I'd eat the puppy. It's like dog veal.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily
Like
eat
flagstones to disprove a myth identifying the flavor as bat urine. How would you know that so quick?
Well, I think he had a real good reason.
But the
Huge palate.
eating the heart, I bet all those years of formaldehyde is probably quite tender, right?
Yeah. Oh, it probably
melts in your mouth.
What
like
if it
butter.
just tasted amazing for some reason?
Right. What if it
He
got
was
you
like,
high?
Oh my God!
Because that's how you find God.
This is some guy had it. A guy had it.
Yeah,
collected
Lord
it.
Harcourt. That's who I was talking about.
Esoterica.
Yeah.
Esoterica. Imagine how mad he would be if find out some guy ate your heart that you've been saving.
Pissed.
The worst thing Buckland ever ate: blue bottles. What does that blue bottles mean? Was that
It's a type.
About to find
I had a
out.
fish starter at Mez's. I think this is.
Might be some sort of.
Is it just a joke by the?
blue bottles? What could that be? Unless he's actually eating glass.
I don't think that's what it.
Oh,
wow,
Portuguese
that's
man of
nowhere.
war. Oh,
It's a pretty cool looking thing.
wow, that looks like a mermaid.
Yeah.
Click on that one, the upper, yeah, right there. No, the one to the right of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking thing.
Yeah, you know,
How wild.
I kind of do want to eat that. I'm sort of with him on this.
So is that like
That
a
looks good.
jellyfish?
Yeah, Man-O-War's a jellyfish.
So that must be insanely toxic.
But I think Man-O-War, aren't they like super venomous?
He ate that? Of course, it's the
Maybe
worst
they're
thing you ever
not,
ate.
but-
It's like literally could kill you.
That doesn't seem like it'd be the worst thing, though.
Well, he didn't eat everything. I guess he probably died along the way. Like you can only do that for so long before your body says "fuck you."
Yeah, I wonder how long he lived.
Yeah,
Probably
how
a
long
pretty
did
good
that guy
amount of
live?
time.
Find out how long that guy.
Have you ever heard
How
of
old was that guy when he died?
1856? Oh, he lived for a pretty good amount
Pretty
of time.
decent amount of time.
84 to 72.
Pretty decent amount of time eating
That's
everything he
that's
could.
a ripe age for
Back
for
then
him to
too,
doing
when there's
that.
no fucking doctors. The doctors are all guessing.
Yeah, and just
like-
coming to your house
Right.
one after another, and
You
not
break
washing
your
their
leg,
hands.
they bust out a meat saw.
Yeah, like wash my hands. Are
They
you
tie
gay?
that fucking leg down and saw it off at the hip, and you're screaming. He tell you to bite a
Yeah.
piece of leather. That
They
was a
thought-
doctor back
yeah,
then.
they thought germs didn't exist.
Yeah,
and
they were
Lister had
Dirty
come around,
fingers,
pester,
pulling
yeah.
babies out. Everybody's dying of sepsis. Nuts.
Have you ever heard of a Tarrar?
What's that?
Tarrar was a guy, a Tarrare, I think.
What's this, Jamie?
He kind of discovered dinosaurs.
Jeez.
What? Same guy?
Yeah.
That ate everything?
Yeah.
Whoa.